What's up? What's up? So look, man, there's a version of you that's amazing, and there's things you want in the life that you want to have. But what's holding you back is what you tell yourself about yourself, right? There's a part of you that keeps telling you what you're not, and there's a part of you that keeps telling yourself what you are, and those parts often battle. And I know I deal with it. I only tell you guys shit that I've dealt with and deal with. You could be looking at something luxurious, right? Looking at this Maybach, you like, yo, I like that Maybach. It's my Maybach. That shit is fire. Yeah, I'm buying that tomorrow. And then the other side comes in and says, no, you're not. How you gonna buy a Maybach? You can't even buy a sandwich. Where you gonna get the money from to buy a Maybach? You're not getting a Maybach. Anyway, think about the Toyota, Corolla, the Camry, the Kia. Some realistic shit. Stop thinking about the Maybach. You'll never get it. That person, that thing in your head, that subconscious, that other shit you have in you that you got to correct, that voice that goes against you, comes and attacks your dreams and aspirations. You have to learn how to fight back, right? You may look at this dream house in Los Angeles that costs 40 million, and you talk yourself out of it. You tell yourself you can't buy it because you like, how am I gonna get 40 million? So then you start thinking like, oh man, I gotta go to Alabama or some shit like that, or wherever, the boondocks, to get a cheaper house for 400,000 because I'll never be able to get a $40 million house. So now you talk yourself out of the $40 million house in Malibu because that voice again pops up. That little hater inside of you pops up and tells you that you can't. It's unrealistic. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, you guys know what I'm talking about. You know that voice. You know that piece of shit voice. You have to learn how to correct that voice, right? And how to check that voice, and how to suppress that voice, and how to eventually defeat that voice. And one of the ways to do it is just knowing how to stand up to that voice. When that voice comes, when that hater pops out, you gotta know how to punch that mother effer in the face and say, no, I can have, and I will have, and I do have. I don't care what you tell me. Because that hater that's in you, that's coming out, is something that was programmed and passed down from your family members into you, and TV and all this shit. So you just have this self-doubt that's already built in that you got to work on getting rid of. And you don't just get rid of it by tomorrow. You get rid of it by first standing up to it, right? And acknowledging when you hear it, when you stare at something, and be like, yo, this looks amazing, right? This looks amazing. And then that other part comes out and say, you'll never have this. This will never be your house. You need to be like, yes, it will. It's mine's already. Fuck you. Go F yourself. And that's the first step, is just being aware of it when it pops up and it comes and hates on you. And then the second step is telling it, no, I disagree with what you're saying, and what I'm saying stands, and what I'm saying is real, and what I'm saying is the truth, not what you're saying. So that's the first step of really defeating that inner voice. Once you learn how to fight it back and learn how to stand up to it and check it every time it pops up, because it will continue to pop up, because you also need that voice, because that voice is also what helps you compete with yourself and comes and tell you you can't do some shit, and makes you, if you have drive and ambition, go do some shit. So the inner voice is kind of needed, but you got to know how to check that shit. You run it and you use it when you want to use it, not it comes and tells you and hates on you and defeats your dreams and kills your ambition. You control it, right? So I just gave you 2 steps on how to do it. There is more steps on how to do so, and I put this all in my book because it's all about your mindset, right? It's really about your mindset here in this physical realm. You have to set your mind a particular way. If your mind is set to this level and it only can do these certain things, you have to know how to set it this way, right? Just like when you go to the movie theaters, or you're trying to find somewhere, you're driving somewhere, you set the destination, and yeah, you may hit traffic, you may drive past some accidents, you may run out of gas, all type of shit could happen. You may want to get off to get food, all type of things could happen. But your destination is still set in that Google Maps and that Waze and that GPS. So no matter where you veer off to, you're still going to where you need to go. And that's the same thing about mindset. You have to set your mind to a certain place. So when the hater pops up, you're still on track. When your money is low, you're still on track. When you feeling down, depressed, you still on track. When you lose your girl or your man or whatever's going on, you still on track. When that job ain't call you back and you ain't get that job, you still on track. When you don't know how you gonna pay your next bill, your emotions, your feelings, your confidence, everything, you still on track because you know where you're going. So you need to learn how to set your mind. I hope I'm making sense. I know setting your mind ain't easy. I went through a lot of shit to learn how to set my mind. I'm still deal with things to learn how to continue to tweak my mind and set it even better. But what I went through allowed me to set it to a certain place that it doesn't matter what I go through, I'm still going where I'm going, 100%. And I don't take any of that for granted. But I went through things to get there. So, yeah, man, it's all about your mindset, man. And just realizing and acknowledging these things that got to get fixed. And one of the first things that have to get fixed is that inner voice that tells you what you can't do. That hater. You got to get rid of the hater. And it take time to get rid of the hater because the hater probably been in you 20, 30, 40 years. First thing you got to do is acknowledge when the hater shows up. When that hater shows up with his hating, her hating ass, you need to say, hey, hater, I see you. I know what you're trying to do because you've been doing this shit for a long time. That's why I ain't got the things I want. You check that hater. You check that hater. You check the hater. And once you check the hater, you tell the hater, I disagree with you and I control this. I control his mind. I control his body. So now I'm going to override what you're saying, hater. I'm going to override it because you don't control me. Actually, you're just testing me. Because the more you test me, the better I will get at overriding you, hater. You gotta know how to override yourself. And once you get better at overriding the hater's message, then you can start controlling the hater. When he pops up, you tell him, shut your ass up. Only time I need you to speak is when I need to compete and when I need to be better. When I need to be better is when I need you to come and tell me I ain't shit. And tell me I ain't gonna ever get these things. So I can tell you, yes, I will. Watch me. You need to control the hater. You can, with some practice. I want you to grab a copy of my book, Rich Again. It's going to show you the steps. I break it down on how to do so. It's 11 chapters on mindset. And it's backed by stories that show you how I was able to put these skills and principles and steps together. It's proof. Grab the book, read it. It's going to change your mindset. When you change your mindset, it's going to change your habits. It's going to change what you do. It's going to change how you feel. And when you change what you do, your habits, and how you feel, it's going to change what's around you. It's going to change your reality. I love you. I'm looking forward to meeting you all. Holla at you. Holla, holla, holla.